Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, OK. Everything is O.K. You already know what it is. Yo, so like a couple weeks ago, I saw Kanye West on Rogan, and man, I can't call it, man. I'll be honest, I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I couldn't even listen to it on audio. Like, I don't know. I got myself, questioning is he a walking contradiction? Like, I know most of us are. Most of us say left, and then we go do right, or, a lot of people. I don't believe that Jesus Christ didn't commit any sins if he even existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of us can be walking fulls of shits. You know what I mean? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, I think it happens with the time, and I think sometimes you say so much bullshit so much that you begin to believe it. You begin to believe your own shit. Like, Kanye brings up a lot of good points about being our own bosses and not having people control us. And what is it, because of the way times are right now, that a person like him can even get his shit off to resonate? Because how many views he got? I know he got a lot of views on it. All right, let me see how many. Rogan, Kanye. That's funny. You put Rogan, Kanye, and they come up together like they're an album. Shut up with your fucking 10 million views since October 24th. That's fucking bananas. So, I mean, 10 million people watched him, and a great point was brought up on the Joe Budden podcast, that when it came out the next day or a couple days after, it wasn't all over the blogs. It wasn't all over the hip-hop blogs. Nobody in hip-hop specifically were having conversations about Joe Rogan and Kanye West sitting down. When's the last time you got a Kanye West you got a Kanye West interview last year, I think, right? With Sway or something like that. So, yeah, you did get it. But even a couple years ago, before he went crazy, he went to that nut house. Usually you don't get people with so much talent and skill and just that made such impacts. He's made such an impact on our music. His music affects how we make music now. He like Jay-Z, I don't think affects the way we make music. Jay-Z, we look at him as a mogul, something we can inspire to be greater than, or it shows us, yo, this is possible. Kanye did more than that. Kanye keeps his cultural influence keeps just shining. And I didn't see him get any recognition or nobody talked about it. Like, I had to go deep dive and look, see if Budden was full of shit. Nah, it's the truth. Nobody brought it up. The conversation of Kanye, it was brought up maybe in urban, maybe in like different circles, like maybe Joe Rogan's, and that's something that was brought up, that Kanye wasn't going on Joe Rogan for us. The culture, the hip hop, he didn't get up there and speak hip hop shit and Jay-Z gave me this and I only saw 2 hours, so maybe I'm wrong. From what I saw though, we weren't getting the Kanye West story. And maybe that's because who was interviewing him? It was Joe Rogan interviewing him. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it'd be a fan of Kanye West has been a fan of him for 20, 30 years and finally gets his opportunity to sit down with the God, where it's not a scripted interview. Because with Sway, I think that was scripted. With Sway. I think that, right? Let me see, let's make sure. Kanye and Sway. Kanye and Sway. Let me see. Kanye and Sway. Yeah. I'm not crazy. But it wasn't when he flipped out. It was when he had the hair. Whatever the case may be. We see him as a crazy person, and I think that it is true. I think to do the things that he did, give us the magic that he gave us, I think for the music, for him to still impact our music today the way it's being impacted, yeah, I think that comes with a lot of crazy. His mom's dead, y'all. Like, I lost my sister, I lost my mom too. And I'm not successful and famous and have all these other stresses. I don't have a freaking a wife that's more valuable, wife whose name is more valuable than mine. Because Kardashian's name is like probably quadruple what, 10 times worth Kanye's name is. And I mean that with all respect. But the Kardashians been owning they masters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean that with all respect. It's the truth though. Us as hip hop, we come from a different texture when you come from the streets and the grown up, and I wish that bag he would have got into. I wish we could have got more into why he is so mentally oppressed and why we see him as such a nutbag, and why, because I didn't get it. I didn't get it. All I got was what he wanted to do next. What he was looking for next to do. How he was gonna impact next, and why he thought a certain way as far as the music industry. He brings up a valid point, but a valid point that was brought up against him. I get he wants to own all his bastards, and he clarified things. Yo, I just want ownership of him. I want him to be under my name. I understand that other people got me to the dance, and other people have to be on that paperwork too. I understand freaking Def Jam and Jive. I understand all these people got to have their hand in the paperwork too because they have part of it. But I wrote it. I wrote it. It's mine. I wrote it. I performed it. And when it gets performed, the people don't look at fucking the ghostwriter. When Cardi B performs a song, they don't, well, they do run and say who ghostwrote this, but they don't really care who ghostwrote it. We all in the mood for the great music she just delivered. You understand? Same thing with Kanye. The great music that was delivered was by him. He deserves his masters. I think that, you know, to go a step further, I think that when you give your masters to a label, they should go on lease. Like when you lease a car. You know, when you lease a car, you know, it's not really yours. You just pay for it monthly and shit like that. I think that, because I know it's a one hand wash the other. Maybe Kanye West wouldn't be Kanye West if he wasn't backed by such a big machine. And I mean that due to the era. He was still in the era where record labels were still breaking off consignment deals that were of value. He was still in the era. Come on, he was on Rockefeller, one of the biggest freaking music mogul, like, music forces around. Now, not many people want to be signed to that. When people get signed to these things, it's because they're already, like, they're rappers in the game for a been long time. Like, you know, like when Jadakiss came out with the Welcome to the Rock and he had that little, whatever. You know, Mobb Deep doing the G Unit, whatever. It's because they're already famous and they're looking for a little bit more boost from the notorieties from the big boys or the bigger boys. Or when you collab, you make something bigger. That's what Kanye got. Kanye didn't do it. Kanye got he got opportunity. He showed off. Come on. I feel like he has a valid point when it comes to a lot of the things he says. I don't think he's crazy. I think that, like everything else, it has to be broken down more. I think it has to be pie charted. I think that people, they hear one thing and they completely turn it that color. They hear one thing and they completely turn it that shade, or that's the answer. No, that's it. Stuck in my brain. That's not the truth. I think there's a lot of layers to unravel when it comes to this music business. Hence why you got lawyers. Hence why being a kid from the streets and not knowing nothing, you might get taken advantage of. Hence why being independent has blown up over the past 10 years the way it has, because people hated getting raped by their labels. This is why things have gone up and transpired. Why you think people would rather be independent? People would rather be on the block doing their work or doing their 9 to 5, make a dope song and just put it out there and let that shit rock. Let that shit rock. You know, I bring it up all the time. Old Town Road was a beat made on BeatStars. Hold up. BeatStars, a website in which, I know I'm giving y'all clout, you better shout me out, you know what I mean? Look out for me, I buy beats from y'all all the time. It was a beat brought there. Got a song, record label, it was on SoundCloud, I think. Record label heard it and said, oh shit, we gotta go get that beat. Yo, we gotta go get that. Yo, go get that, go get. And I guarantee that freaking, whatever his name is, I don't know his freaking Lil Nas X. I guarantee that he's in some crazy 5-year, 10-year deal. Of course. He ain't an independent artist no more. He's managed by the machine now. Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all these people. Come on. Katy Perry just got into won her masters back, if I'm not mistaken, going to battle with the record labels, or she is going to battle with the record labels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a one hand wash the other gig. I perform the music like a fucking performing monkey. You're the ringleader that makes all the money and gets me the jobs. Why can't I get my masters? Why can't it be a lease deal? I'll give you your 5 albums. I'll give you your 10 albums. After that, give me my masters back. I'll pay you a percentage after that. How about that? How about that? Since you put my stuff up there, right? You put all my music out there. It's cause of you guys that I'm able to. It's cause of you guys that I'm able to have this ability to air my stuff out and blah blah blah. Cool. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks a whole bunch. The way I gave it back to you was by making you guys rich. Making you guys all rich behind your means. At the end of the day, Kanye West has made probably 1 billion millionaires. I know I'm being sarcastic, but you know what I'm saying. Jay-Z has probably made 1 billion millionaires. You know what I mean? Rick Ross has probably made 1 billion millionaires. And then the other, Lil Wayne has probably made 1 billion millionaires. Anybody that was ever signed to a label and the label helped them get to a level, they made millionaires out of people in that label. Just like them themselves made themselves millionaires, and the label had a hand in it making it as well. So why can't we just come together and figure out some type of resolution where, yo, that's my music, man. Yo, there's a reason when Prince died, he had a vault with all his music in it. There's a reason why the family fights over his masters even though he's dead. And it's not just because he's Prince. It's because he's Prince and the music he made meant something. Meant something. And they know even if we never heard it and it's dated back to the 70s and 80s, it don't matter. That magic that he made when he touched... We'd be upset if we never get a Kanye West album again because he's not part of the labels and he's like, fuck it, nah, I only give it to exclusive people now. Now you got to hit Kanye West email out. You got to hit the email up and wait for it to come back to you to buy it. To buy it as a CD or buy it as a download. Fuck Spotify. These artists that we love are bigger than the machines that make them at this point. They're so big that if they just put a song out, you want to hear it. The radio is what washes your brain out to enforce the thought, but there's so much more music that's on the radio that's so much better than radio music that it kills radio music. And we deprive ourselves from it because we're not allowed to hear it or we don't go out and search for it. It didn't pop up in your Spotify playlist. Imagine if everybody in music, Alex Jones, the shit out of this, and just all their music is exclusive to their website. That's it. And they're fans only. So in order for you to get it, it have to be like a fans only. You got to sign up and be signed to them. No. The labels give opportunity for us to hear their music. You might have never heard this song ever in the world if it didn't hit the radio, hit Z100 and got in your ear. Hit Hot 97 on some reggae music, you never would have heard it. Now it's your shit for fucking 10 years. That's the record label that did that for them. That's the record label. And even if it's not fully that's the budget. That's the record label. You know, there has to be a system for us that is more than a barter system. It has to be a system where it signs off on paperwork. We do this much for you, we get this much back. If I'm only as good as I'm good for 10 years as an artist, right? Let's say I got a 10-year run. Monster, killing it. Bang, 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 bang. I made the poor decisions of not getting my masters. Now, all my money goes to the record labels. What happened? What happened? Now I don't got no money? Is that what happened with Pun? You know what I mean? Is that what happened with Pun and Joe and the whole situation with Chris Rivers and all this shit? Like, did Pun not have any ownership of his masters? So when Pun died, all that money went to Fat Joe and didn't go to his fucking family, which it deserved? Because what did he die for? If you don't die for anything else in this world, you die for your family to live. If you die for nothing else in this world. So did he die in vain? Because you hear the Chris Rivers, you hear the conversations where they didn't get paid. We still hear Big Pun on the radio. I guarantee he still sells yearly. And he don't get his just due because he didn't handle the right paperwork? Where's the morality in this shit, man? And I know I'm beating on a dead horse because it's not like Leo Cohen is going ahead and sign off his masters to all the people that made him the man he is, because he didn't do it himself. You could have the brightest mind in the world. If you don't have a reason, or if you don't have the knowledge to show, if you don't have the tools deemed necessary for you to show your bright ass mind, you ain't shit. It's a revolving door. We all need one another in this music industry. I don't think anything is bigger than the other. There's not a podcast. There's not a song. There's not a record deal. We all need each other. There's not a promoter. We all need each other. This is a revolving door, and we all play part. We all play part in the band, guys. We all take an instrument to play part in the band to make beautiful symphony. Let's go ahead and try to figure out a way to keep the mechanics going and get it better. This music system can be better. Because I'm telling you, rappers are just going to start Alex Jones in the shit. Fuck it. You want to listen to me? You know what my shit is? On the website. It's not on Spotify. It's not with these record labels. It's not, you can suck my dick. No. You know how big I am. You know how to find me. It's already there. What about that artist that's comfortable making 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 a year off of downloads and merch? Because everybody goes to his website. You record labels are going to be missing out on that song that you guys and everybody can make billions off of. But no, we got to sign our song over to you in order for the song to be the best song it could be in the world, and then fight with you guys 5 to 10 years later over who owns the song? I guess that's why I didn't say the intro, because I'm going to say it right here. That's a big stop your shit, yo. With that, I'm out of here, y'all. It's your boy, OK. Everything is O.K.